everybody, welcome back to Good Groceries. We have another quarantine meal for you. We are making Creole chicken thighs with gravy, and we're gonna have it over rice. So good and so easy, and we're using an Instapot, so it'll be done in no time. So I'll go ahead and get started. We have some chicken thighs here. I have about 8 chicken thighs, so I'll show you how I prep it. So I prep my chicken thighs. I just pull the skin off. Cut all of that fascia. We don't want all of that on there. Cut all of that off. And then I also like to take this part here, this fat part, and I like to take that off as well. I don't like a lot of fat on the in the sauce. It just makes the gravy a little too greasy. So we like to cut that off and just cut all these little fat bits off. Then I like to flip it over and check for any just excess fat. I like to just take a knife and trim all that away so we have a nice clean thigh. This is a bone-in thigh, and I have 8 of them. And I like to keep the bone in because the bone adds a lot of flavor. And so our ingredients are, so I have the rest of my chicken thighs here, and there's 8 total. So we're going to build it up in our Instapot. And so now I'll show you what we do. So we have seasonings here. We have 2 teaspoons of Creole Seasoning. We have a teaspoon of Paprika, a teaspoon of Dried Thyme, a 1/4 teaspoon of Red Pepper Flakes, a 1/2 teaspoon of Celery Seed, a teaspoon of black pepper, and a teaspoon of garlic powder. And that's what we're going to season our, and we have our ingredients, our spices here. I'm just gonna go ahead and mix those all up because I need to use them in 2 places. So I'm gonna put a little bit, so we'll just go ahead and bring this on over. I'm going to add a little bit over here to our vegetable mix, and here we have 2 bell peppers, 2 red bell peppers, 1 yellow bell pepper, and a whole onion. And then we'll go ahead and take the rest of our seasoning mix and put it over our chicken thighs. We have our chicken thighs here that we put our seasoning on, so just get in there and rub all the seasoning on. Really easy, no fuss, simple weeknight dinner or lunch or weekday, whatever you want to make it. I like to use thighs because the thighs can hold up to a rigorous cooking more so than a breast. The breast would dry out, but if you can't tolerate a chicken thigh, maybe you can do a boneless-skinless chicken thigh, but I don't recommend a breast for this because it will be too dry. Okay. All right, that's seasoned well. And so we have 1/3 cup of flour here, and we'll put some of it over our chicken. And this is what's going to make our nice thick sauce. And then I'll take the rest of it and I'll add it over here to our vegetable mix. I'll just put that over here. And then we're gonna toss it together. And this is going to make a wonderful, luxurious, silky gravy while it's cooking. And so when it's done, all you gotta do is eat. No need to make a roux and make a separate pan of gravy. It's just gonna do it all for you. Okay, and so then now we'll go ahead and toss this together. And all of this is going to make a good sauce. So let me go ahead and clean up my station and I'll be back. All right, so we've tidied up our station and now we're going to assemble our pot. I took the liner out of the Instapot out so that I can show you what it is that we're going to do. Now we're going to layer everything in here so that everything gets even distribution of flavor and cooking time. So we'll start with I put the rack in because I don't want the thigh sitting directly on the bottom of the pan. So we'll add our chicken thighs in here. So there's 3 on that layer. And then we'll add some of our vegetable mix. And this, again, our seasoning blend is paprika, thyme, garlic powder, Creole seasoning, black pepper, good stuff, red pepper flakes. It's going to be good. And I have some spicy sausages here, hot links. You can use whatever you have on hand. the smoked beef sausages or andouille sausage, whichever you prefer, whatever you have on hand. And you're just gonna layer that in. And then again with another thigh here. Make sure we get some more of that flour from that bowl. Just make sure we get a good sauce. All right, that's looking really good. Add some more of this on top. Yeah, there we go. This is going to be uber good. Add some more of our sausages. Right on top there. Smells so good. All right, and our last two thighs. Again, coating the bottom of that bowl. Getting that flour bit up. So good. And you can add as much seasonings as your palate likes. You can even put fresh celery in here. My kids don't particularly care for cooked celery, so I use seed or celery salt, but you just want that celery taste, and you cannot skimp on the thyme. You actually need thyme for that good old Creole. So these flavors are inspired by Louisiana. Creole style, if you want to call it. So these are Creole style chicken and gravy, chicken thighs and gravy. And just put that in there. And let's get that off there. And right here I have 2 cups of chicken stock, not broth. Chicken stock is a little more heartier in flavor. And you just pour that around the sides. You don't necessarily want to pour it on top of the chicken, but just pour it around the sides. And this, again, this is 2 cups of chicken stock. And you can create this either with bouillon, or you can use the actual stock yourself in a can. You can absolutely do that too. All right, so we're going to take our Instapot. We're going to add this in here, and we are going to turn it on. Make sure our settings are right up here. Make sure that this is on sealing, and we're going to turn it on, and we're going to put it on pressure cook. Let it go for 20 minutes, and in 20 minutes we are going to have wonderful, savory, spicy, good old Creole inspired chicken thighs and gravy. I'll see you back in 20 minutes. All right, so we're back. It's been 20 minutes and our wonderful Creole chicken has come together. It's made a wonderful thick gravy, so I'm just gonna plate it up. Here's a nice juicy thigh. So good. And then our sausage gravy. Just put that over your rice. Get another sausage, because that's some good. And with the bell peppers, you can use whatever color you have. And let's go in. Oh, look at that, look at that. It's just tender, falling off the bone in 20 minutes. Look at that. That's so good. Let's go in for a taste. Hot, very hot. Let's. You can taste all the flavors, the sausage, the peppers, the onions, the thyme, the celery seed. All of it is making the perfect blend. I hope you make it. It's really easy, simple ingredients, not a lot of time. Thank you for watching Good Groceries. Remember to subscribe and like and share. I love you. Happy quarantining.